Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of OverVoice Season 3. Today I'm joined by the lovely Marcus Rothenberg. Marcus, would you like to introduce yourself, my friend?
Hello, I'm Marcus Rothenberg. I'm a voice actor, bald, non-binary person, and I just do stuff.
Hell yeah. I love doing stuff. It's great.
I do so much stuff.
Hell yeah. My first question to you is something I don't usually ask everybody, but how what is your secret to the beard? I gotta ask, man. How do you do it?
So a friend of mine actually owns her own salon,
Ooh.
and she does like hair, like dyeing for people, highlights and stuff like that. And it was kind of a joke that we were throwing back and forth one day of like, oh, we should just dye my beard since I don't have hair. And she was like, I think I could do that. Are you down? I was like, yeah. So, I mean, we go through the whole regimen. It's bleach, toner, and then color. And it's usually like an all afternoon, evening process because we bleach
Yeah.
it, let that sit for like 45 minutes, let the toner sit for 45 minutes, and then ideally the dye will sit in there for like 3 hours.
Mm.
And that's how I get it to like stay in so well. Cause right now, this dye job I've got, this is about 2 months old.
Mm.
So then I
Hell
probably
yeah.
won't dye it for maybe another like a month or two.
Hell yeah, because you've had like many different colors in the past. So I'm always curious because like when I've dyed my hair before many
Mm-hmm.
times. Not anymore because it hurts now because like I have to bleach it so many times to get to the color I want.
Mm-hmm.
So like usually I end up being in the salon for like 8 hours
Yeah.
sometimes. So it takes a while because my hair is like really like jet black. But for your hair, like because I've seen you dye your beard like many different colors in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So like does it what's like the bleach like on like the mustache and the beard? Does it like hurt you or is it just chill?
Uh, it honestly doesn't hurt me really at all. And like the starting bit, like how we got on that conversation of dyeing it was a bit between my wife and I. She was my girlfriend at the time. She always complained about having long hair, and I was like, "You should just get the Marcus Special and shave it off." And so she was like, "I'll shave my hair if you dye your beard." And then
Oh.
that's how me and my friend Emily got talking about it. And she ended up trying to Caitlin did, my wife, tried to dye her like buzz cut, and she
Oh,
could not do the bleach. She couldn't do it.
that's fair.
Whereas somehow the bleach doesn't bother me at all. Like you would think being right under my nose and around my mouth, it would bother. It's not really a bother at all. Like the most that happens is I got to kind of close my eyes because the fumes kind of like are
Yeah,
wafting up.
that's true.
But otherwise, it doesn't like hurt my skin. I've not had a bad reaction to it. It's just like sometimes it can be a little spicy on my eyes. That's about it.
That's fair. What colors have you not done yet that you would want to do for the beard in the future?
Dude, I genuinely think about this all the time because I can never decide what I want to do when I'm going in. And it's usually, I have an idea, and then we do something different. I genuinely don't know what color I haven't done yet.
Yeah, because I've seen you have like you've definitely done purple. I definitely remember purple. Or is it pink? Maybe you have done pink and
I've done
purple.
both. I've
Yeah.
done purple, pink, uh, green, blue. This is my first time doing yellow. So right now
Mm.
it's the yellow and pink. I've done gradient of like orange to purple, trying to do a sunset.
Oh wow.
I've done blue to green, kind of like going for like a seafoam, like waves crashing look. I genuinely don't know what color I haven't done besides like
Oh,
silver or white.
I've got a crazy idea. um, if you want to go out, well, this might take a while. And if you're able to do this, honestly, I want you as a request, could you do like the whole rainbow? Like you start from violet and it goes all the way to fucking is it red? Is that the rainbow? So starts from violet on the side, and it just goes all the way to red, and like the colors go in between here as well. It kind of builds up to it. And if you want
We
to do it,
keep
we can totally do that, surely.
we keep talking about doing that. It's just more of like a, hey Emily, do you want to do the whole rainbow? She's like, that is going to take us an entire day from
Yeah,
like morning to night. Do you have the time? And I'm like, that'll be a special project for the future because
yeah,
it would
that's
be an
fair enough.
all day project.
Hell yeah, that's fair enough. But no, thank you for answering the questions about the beard. I've always wondered since I first met you. It's like, damn, how do you do it? It's like I'm glad I finally get the answers.
I don't know a lot of other people that do it, so it's a nice little like what's the body equivalent of a catchphrase? Because I'm not saying shit.
That's
It's just the way I
true.
look.
It is kind of like a
Unique
catchphrase.
signature look, I guess.
I guess so. I didn't think of it as a catchphrase. That's interesting. But yeah, big questions aside, voice acting. What got you into it, and what's your journey been like so far?
So I've always been kind of a natural storyteller. Like I love entertaining just my friends, family, groups of people, but just by telling stories. The thing that was like one of the catalysts for me was Phil Lamar. Because
Mm.
when I was a kid, I thought cartoons and stuff were kind of just like movies of if you watch a movie, this actor is this one character the whole movie. That's it. And I young kid Marcus Brain was like, "Oh, cartoons are the same. Nobody's voicing multiple people. That's impossible." And then finding out that Phil Lamar was both Samurai Jack and Hermes Conrad from Futurama, I was like, "You can fucking do that? That's allowed? Oh my god." And that kind of just like really set me off on like exploring this. And then I got my start in audiobooks, which I had no idea audiobooks were going to be so hard. I was just like, oh, I like reading. I could read a book. It's the hardest form of
Oh yeah,
voiceover I've ever done,
like you
and
need
it's not
like
even
you need
close.
you need immense like patience for that, man. But like I
Oh,
imagine when you finish, it's like the greatest like feeling, you know?
it is so satisfying.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so I just googled literally like how to be a voice actor and like was looking at all these sites, YouTube videos, research, following blogs, everything. And then I stumbled on ACX, the Audible slash Amazon platform for like casting audiobooks. Auditioned for a few projects there, booked a trilogy, an audiobook
Ooh,
trilogy,
nice.
as my first paid voiceover job ever.
Nice. Hell yeah, right off the bat.
And again, had no idea how hard audiobooks were, so it like threw me in the deep end of having to learn audio engineering and balancing and mastering and editing and everything like that. So then when the other genres came around, I was pretty well equipped
Yeah.
already since I had learned so much from that audiobook journey. And then it's just been kind of history since then. I've just been branching out to everything and enjoying it all.
Hell yeah. What's the editing process like for audiobooks? Because I imagine that's like one of the harder parts, apart from like reading it as well, of course.
Yeah, the editing is rough, especially because I'm my own worst critic.
Mm.
And constantly I'll hear something that I don't like and I want to go in and fix. And I do also outsource a little bit my editing and mastering just because whenever we're like saying a word or something like that, if it's a word we've said all our life, we might be saying it wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
And someone else can be like, Marcus, you are pronouncing that word completely incorrect. Or Marcus, that is not how you say that name. And this actually came from kind of a harsh awakening on a book I did where I was pronouncing the word brazier, like the fire pit thing,
Oh yeah.
as brazier the whole book.
Brazier.
The whole entire book. And I didn't know. I had never like said that word out loud, either word really. I just read them, so I was like, oh, I can sound words out. That's how
Yeah.
it's pronounced. Perfect. And it was a review that was like, this audiobook was so good, except the narrator kept saying brazier for some reason, and it kept pulling me out. I was like, oh shit. All right, I might
Oh,
need to like work with some other people on
it's just
this.
that one review. Just that
Yeah.
one, just the one.
But yeah,
Um,
the editing is just like listening through your own book again, making sure there's no like extraneous breaths, a bunch of mouth noise, any like sound from you adjusting in the chair or anything like that. Because long form narration, you're in the booth a long time
oh
for those
yeah.
guys. But it's also every audiobook narrator I know has like a process and keyboard shortcuts to just speed things up a ton. So where I was editing audiobooks at the beginning, would be so much longer than me editing an audiobook today.
Yeah, I think we do improve over time, so I imagine the process is a little bit less time consuming now. I hope, but
Oh, definitely streamlined a lot more than
yeah.
that first day of like, wait, what's Reaper? How do
Oh,
I
I
do this?
see. Did you record like the entire trilogy like in one sitting, or did you have like different days of like for each like book and stuff?
So each book I had gotten a timeline where it was like, okay, here's book 1, we're going to need it done from you in a month. Book
Okay.
2, do it the next month. Book 3, do it the third month, because they weren't live sessions. I was recording all on my own.
Yeah.
And each book, they spanned from about 8 to 12 hours
Yeah, that's
between each book.
okay.
Um so it was very much me recording on my own, left to my own devices, like I said, thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
And so it was like I'd finish, there would be like a break period of them reviewing that first book, making sure it was all good before they sent me the manuscript for the second book.
Okay, but okay, that's interesting. I'm glad they gave you a month because if they gave you like
Yeah.
less than a week, oh man, I would be fuming. I'll actually get angry. That is
Oh,
insane.
I'll tell publishers and authors too. They're like, "Yeah, can we have this done by next week? How long is the book?" Because if it's over 7 hours, no, that's not happening.
Yeah,
Like, sorry, I
like
have other things going on.
yeah, recording is one thing, but then editing that's gonna take a while too.
And the normal thing for it that I always hear people say is that a finished hour of audio for an audiobook, like so for one finished hour, takes 3 to 5 hours to produce.
Oh, okay.
And that's for someone that's like pretty locked in. So like if you're doing an hour of audio in 2 to 3 hours, you're kind of knocking it out of the park because you got to
Hell
think
yeah.
prepping the book, making sure all of your characters are like consistent throughout the whole thing. If you're giving different people accents, different people pitch changes, stuff like that, making sure they're all consistent. Finally, recording the recording, and that's if you have no flubs, you're not fucking up the dialogue or anything like that.
Yeah.
After that, going back in and editing, mastering, processing, rendering, it takes a minute.
Yeah. But I imagine, like you said, it's the most satisfying thing when it's done and it's out there and you can probably read it at some point or listen to
Oh
it.
man, it is great. And I have like friends and family that keep notifications on because they're like, I want to listen to Marcus's next book. And that is such a satisfying
Oh, that's
feeling
so nice of
when you
them.
have people supporting you. It's wonderful.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I want to ask next, because I know I don't, I might be completely wrong, but was it you and Sam Slade that made that whole document of like the rosters and the agents?
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah, yeah. So like, I wanted to ask, like, how did that come about actually? Because like, I cannot tell you how much it has helped me and so many other voice actors. So I'm just curious, like, where it kind of like came from and how long did it take for you to like curate that whole list and stuff?
So it was kind of me and Sam combining forces on this.
Yeah.
Uh like fusion ha kind of deal. I had been keeping a list of rosters and studios that I submitted to, and I kind of like asked, there was a group chat with a few other voice actors in it that I was like, "Hey, does anyone have any studios or rosters that they've been submitting to? I'm trying to make a list." And Sam was like, "Oh, I've been making a list too." And I was like, "Well, what if we just made a big list and made it public for everyone instead of everyone asking each other, "Oh, where do I go for work? How do I find auditions?" What if we just made one spot so that everyone had that? And Sam was like, "Sam, I love you, Sam. This is not me talking shit. Sam Slade is a fucking Excel spreadsheet nerd. Like, she's really good at it. She's really good at it." And so she was like, "Yeah, I'll start to get to work and we'll work on formatting and stuff like that." And just really excited about like setting up this spreadsheet. And so we kind of just edited a shared Google Excel doc for a while and then just kept adding things, hyperlinking places, giving descriptions, comments, color code. Sam had the idea to like color code everything based off of if they wanted a commercial demo, a
Mm.
character demo, etc., to like make it more in line and legible for everybody. And then we just kind of said, "Hey, let's just share this with everybody." Because also, I'm in the boat of I don't want people to make the same mistakes I did or flounder in the same way I did. So I think it was both her and I very much like, what if there's this resource out there for people? Because I wish I would have had this when I was looking, or I wish I would have had this resource when I was starting out. So why don't we just make that resource that we wish we had?
Mm, hell yeah. And like I said, it's definitely helped me a lot. Especially like during like the later like half of when I started out and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um and like, oh my god, I cannot tell you how much like it has helped me. So genuinely from the bottom of my heart at least, thank you so much for that. And for going through all that time and effort as well. And same with Sam as well. Like you guys knocked it out of the park. I think you guys still update it every so often. So like that's incredible, man.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. You're welcome. I mean, I definitely give most of the flowers to Sam on that
Yeah.
whole project because, I mean, she's the one that has like the Excel knowledge and the data gathering knowledge and things like that. So I very much think she did a lot more of the heavy lifting where it was like I had kind of this idea and Sam's like, I'm gonna make it bloom. And I'm like, great, awesome. I don't know
Hell
how to
yeah.
do this stuff.
Hell yeah.
And then yeah, we maintain it very very regularly. I try to go through and make sure every link is working, that nobody's updated their submission standards or changed them, changed URLs or changed their prerequisites or anything. And I try to do that usually about twice a month
Yeah,
just to make
that's
sure
pretty
it's
good.
like pretty often updated because I mean so many of these studios they'll change their formatting, they'll change if they even are accepting submissions, things like that.
Yeah, because like I remember when it was like, extra terrible, and then to Studio Topaz, then to Tiger Mesa, now back
Tiger
to Studio,
Mesa,
then back to
back
Studio
to
Studio Topaz.
yeah,
Yeah, it do be like that. But yeah,
yeah.
I just noticed in the back, is that Totodile over there?
That is Totodile is my favorite Pokemon.
Hell
I
yeah.
even have a Totodile tattoo
Oh, yo, no way. That's sick.
that is kind of a joke between me and my wife again, where I always wanted a Totodile tattoo, but I didn't know what I wanted him doing or anything like that. And she was like, "Well, anytime you're in the booth, you're always wearing a button up." That's and usually I don't have it unbuttoned now because I'm being modest for the
Oh.
Zoom call here.
Nah,
But usually
appreciate it.
it's an unbuttoned button up and me and my microphone. She was like, "You should get Totodile with an unbuttoned button up and a microphone." I was like,
That's
"Man,
incredible.
that's a good idea."
Yeah. Hell yeah. So I imagine the Johto games are like your favorite Pokemon games, or maybe your first Pokemon game?
So my first was Red and Blue.
Mm.
And then Johto came out and I fell in love with Silver so much because it was very much like I played all through Red and I was like, man, they're coming out with another one. I don't know how they're gonna make it better. And then Silver, Gold and Silver came out, and I was like, they somehow made it better.
Yeah, like
And
the whole day and night cycles, everything.
yeah, I don't know what it is about Totodile that I love so much because it's a lot of people are like, oh, I want to pick the most powerful Pokemon or like the most badass looking. And I'm like, I don't know what it is about this like little bitty blue gator. I love him so much.
I don't know about you, but I think Totodile is the most badass one out of the three. Like
Oh, out of those three, absolutely.
yeah, because like when they evolve as well, like because I love Quilava, but I hate Typhlosion, man. I I don't like it. I don't know why is he standing up? Why is he standing up on me? If you play the 3D games as well, like the fire on his like
Yeah.
neck, it goes away. So like it looks naked standing up. I'm like, I don't like this. But Chikorita to Meganium, love that.
Hmm.
But I think Totodile for Alligator is my favorite, and the fact it's still they because I couldn't put like an O next to the in the gator, they just have it's just GATR, and it's still
Yeah.
that way now. I love that so much.
I also love about Feraligatr too is that he's always got like a little bit of a grin on him too, where it's always
Yeah,
like yeah, I'm a big boy. I'm about to fuck your shit up. Don't worry about it. I'm
I
like,
love it's
I'm
like
gonna
model.
solo the entire Elite Four. Don't even think about it.
I love his model in the 3D games. He's kind of like stands up, but he's just relaxed because he's like his hands are around. He's just like, yeah, I'm chilling.
Just chilling. Don't worry. About to
Yeah,
blow away your whole team. Don't worry about it.
hell yeah. If you played the other Pokemon games as well, you caught up.
The only only Pokemon games I have not played are White and Black and the Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. Otherwise, I've
Okay.
played every single other one.
Hell yeah, Pokemon Black and White is very good. I actually finished playing Let's Go Pikachu. That game was very surprising to me. I won't in a good way. I won't spoil it,
Mhm.
but I think you should just play it for yourself and find out. Because when I found out that they had this, I was like, holy shit! Okay, this game's actually really fun. It's just interesting because like it's based more around like the Pokemon Go sort of feel, like catching
Mhm.
Pokemon, which is interesting. And it was just like a remake of Kanto in a way, which was interesting as well. Um, although what I did was because they give you like a Pikachu and Eevee, you can't evolve that Pikachu and you can't evolve that Eevee, because plot. But
Fair.
but and they give them like specific moves,
Mhm.
like unique moves specific to them, which are like different types, which are really powerful. Considering that they probably will go first because they're so fast.
Yeah.
Um, for me, I played Let's Go Pikachu. A second I got my Pikachu starter, I was like, okay, we need to find another Pikachu because I want to ride you, man. So
Yeah.
like that Pikachu that was my main, he's just sitting in the PC, and
He's like, I'm right here, bro. What happened? I
like
thought we was friends.
I wish Raichu still got like the moves that Pikachu would have gotten because like
Mhm.
it would have helped so much. But I love Raichu, man. Like I think everyone shits on Raichu. I love him. He's a little orange little rat. I love him.
Oh, what was it? Sun and Moon was Alola
Yeah, that's
because
right.
the Alolan Raichu that
Mm,
surfs on his own tail. I'm like,
yes.
man, that is hard. That shit goes hard. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is about that one. I was like, yeah, they cooked with this. I love this.
Yeah, that's like the most amount of love they've ever shown Raichu ever. So like
Ever, ever.
hell yeah. He even made it into Smash as well as like a little Pokemon assist trophy
Hmm.
kind of thing. That was pretty cool. Um but yeah, my first Pokemon game was X. Then I went back. I bought a Game Boy as well to play Pokemon Blue.
Hmm.
Then the rest of the Pokemon games I played on an emulator, except for Pokemon Black, because I was able to play that on a DS at the time. Um, and then I just kind of carried on from there. I've been replaying Pokemon Violet. I'm almost done with it.
Okay.
The last boss keeps kicking my ass because I keep forgetting what the types are. um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's fun. Like glitches aside, I think the glitches adds part of the charm if you ask me. But
It's not a bug. It's a feature.
exactly, and yeah, Gen 10 is really close, and that scares me.
Yeah. It's also surreal for me because I don't know if you know, I'm a bit older than you. So Red and Blue came out when I was in like the third or fourth grade.
Oh wow.
It and so it's like I think it was third grade. Maybe second, I don't know. But it's weird to think about like, oh wow, I've been playing Pokemon for literally most of my life. Like I'm on
Wow.
multiple decades of playing Pokemon and still looking forward to new Pokemon games. Like
That's a good feeling though, right? Because like
when you become an adult, you'll stop. I'm like, no, the fuck, I won't.
exactly. If you started out like watching One Piece when it came and you're still watching it now, then fair play, man.
Yeah.
Same with Pokemon. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't say you're old. Like Pokemon came out like what 1990. That's not old. Come on, man.
Oh no, Pokemon came out. It was later than that. I want to say it was like 95.
Yeah, exactly. What is this
Yeah.
old behavior? This nothing. What do you mean, man? It's fine.
I mean, compared to a lot of other voice actors on Twitter, I'm in the older generations. Because
Um,
I'll also see some voice actors like, yeah, I was born in 2001. I'm like, God. Oh, Jesus.
oh man, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say. I'm 2002.
Yeah, it hurts my chest. Hear that? Oh, man.
See, the thing is, I don't think anybody's considered old until they reach like 65. So that's just my thing. Cause
Oh, for sure.
yeah, cause like
My
once,
knees disagree with you, but otherwise, yeah.
oh man, like but I talk to my brother's friends. They're what, like 3 years younger than I am, and it's like they consider me old. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? But But yeah, what's the other plush you have behind you? I thought it was Cuphead for a second, but it looks like a
Uh,
dog.
it is a dog. It's the dog from Harvest Moon. I got
Ooh,
it from pre-ordering Harvest Moon Save the Homeland on the PlayStation 2, and I have
nice.
had this little dog plushie ever since.
Hell yeah.
It's always just been like my mascot that's traveled with me through life since I was like maybe 12 or 13 or something like that.
Hell
Whenever
yeah.
that game came out, I don't know.
I'm also curious because you started out with audiobooks, but I know you've done animation, video games, anime,
Mhm.
as well. So like jumping from audiobooks to, all that stuff. Like, what was like, what did like that transition sort of feel when you started like doing those like first few sessions for the first time?
Kind of a relief, if I'm being honest, because eh, before anyone comes for me, I am not saying those other genres are easy by any means. But coming from audiobooks, where you have to be not only the narrator, you have to be every character within that book
Mm.
and make them all nice and like unique and consistent. Oh, you're this one character now, and that's it. I'm like, oh boy, yeah, I can do that. That's easy. That's great. I only got to focus on him. Sick. Um, but it is. I mean, they all have their own different challenges. Whereas with its commercial, it's like conversational, not announcery.
Yeah,
Wherever it's anime, you're going to be a little more over the top, but not like to the point where you're just playing a caricature. You're
yeah,
actually still playing that character, things like that. And video games are a different genre from anime, and it's like, well, we're going to want you a little more grounded, not so over the top. You're going to have a lot of more quieter moments. So, I mean, each has their own different struggles, but coming from audiobooks where in the beginning I struggled so hard, but I think that gave me a lot of tools to prepare for these other genres and be more adaptable. It
yeah.
was a nice relief.
And if they asked you to like do like long session, I think you can handle it.
Oh, all the time. They're like, oh, sorry, this session's a little long today. I'm like, it's only 3 hours. This is light work.
It's
This is
only
nothing.
3 hours.
Yeah,
It's
like,
just a Tuesday for me.
exactly.
But yeah, I also wanted to ask um, not to talk about Twitter drama too much, but because I don't want to, I hate fucking in it, like reading it. It bothers me a lot. It's exhausting. But like I know you've had a lot of haters sent your way in the past, unfortunately. So I want to like know like what's like your sort of like method of like not letting the haters get to you.
So it's I feed off of it. I don't know how to explain it other than that. I'm super nice to people that are worth it. Like if you're a good dude, if you're not fucking with people or hurting anybody, I'm going to be cool with you. But the moment someone starts attacking people or being a piece of shit,
Mm,
I am going to enjoy grilling you. I love it. I literally, I know that this is an audio format. I literally just got a tattoo the other week
mm.
that's a mace, and the script under it says, I can do all things through spite, which strengthens me.
Oh, actually, it's actually not going to be audio. I'm going to be showing the screen as
Oh,
well,
fair.
so they'll see
All right, sick.
it.
Um, but it's also kind of a situation of like, not everyone's going to like what you do.
Yeah,
And that could even be your friends. Like, they might not like what you do. Now, they're not going to be assholes about it, like random people on the internet are. But when it comes to random people on the internet, you can't hurt my feelings.
yeah,
I don't give you that power over me. Like, you can't. You can't affect my feelings because your opinion doesn't affect my life. Oh, I think Marcus is kind of a dickhole. I don't like that guy. You thinking I'm a dickhole does nothing about my bills. It does nothing about my
true.
medical care. It does nothing about how I interact with my family or my marriage or how I raise my dogs and how I play with my cats. It doesn't affect me. And it's one of those things where a lot of people put stock in what random people say. And it's kind of like, why? I genuinely don't get it. Like,
That's
now
fair.
if it's the opinion of a friend of mine or someone I care about or my family, that opinion can affect me and might alter how I move through life. But just name bunch of numbers on Twitter, I don't fucking care. I
Yeah,
don't care. It
because
doesn't affect me.
like you
You
haven't
can't hurt my feelings.
like you haven't interacted before, and like and if this is the first interaction, that's like that says a lot about the other person, really.
Exactly. Like, oh, I see that you bring nothing of value to my life. You're not worth my time. I'm not putting any stock in what you say.
Yeah, for me, I usually like what I in the past, if even with my friends, if someone because I'm very confrontational, so if in the past I would be like, if you attack me, I'm gonna bite back harder, man. I'm gonna go in. But nowadays, I don't really do that anymore.
Oh, I definitely still do that. I have not grown out of that. I am very much the man of the tenfold revenge. Like, you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you harder, and I'm gonna make sure you don't want to fuck with me anymore. Like,
That's fair enough. People are different, man. I just try to ignore it nowadays because it's exhausting to like read about it. And I'm like, okay, I just remember it's like, okay, it's just an app. I can touch grass. I can do
yeah,
literally anything else.
I could just close it. This is fine. And I
Hell
mean,
yeah,
I have gotten better about that where it's like, oh, I'm not going to dedicate time to going back and forth with this random bigot online who hates black people or something like that. Because I'm not changing their mind. Like, there's nothing I can do to, like, lift you out of that, like, dark place of racism.
yeah,
But at the same time, I can embarrass you quite a bit. And I'm going to do that one. But then also, I come at it from a stance of, your interactions with people online, if they're not in DMs, that interaction is for everyone.
mm,
So, like, while this person A might be being racist, I'll shit on person A, but then person B is seeing this whole exchange and this whole conversation and going like, wow, actually, yeah, this racist does sound like a fucking idiot. I
yeah,
might be reevaluating myself, even though I'm not a part of this interaction. Because I mean, that's happened for me too. Like, seeing two people go back and forth on a topic that maybe I'm not educated about, maybe I'm ignorant on, or maybe that I just haven't been exposed to. That can help me think of, how am I approaching this
mm,
topic and learning a little bit more. So, me shitting on this racist, I'm doing work for the other people over there too.
hell yeah.
Also, I just really enjoy it because I'm a weird piece of shit.
But I mean, as long as if the other person, does see themselves to change and be better, even
Hmm.
if it is through public embarrassment from you or anyone else, um, that's the hope, right? That they stop
Yeah.
being racist, I guess. But so
I have had someone, it was a guy from high school. It was years later. He messaged me out of the blue on, like, he added me on Facebook and I was like, "Ah, why is this guy adding me?" Cuz I thought it was going to be some shit. And then he DM'd me. He was like, "Hey, I just wanted to apologize, man. I was a piece of shit back in the day and, like, you kept trying to talk sense into me and I kept not listening. So then you'd get a little more, like, offensive about it and I would just get mad, and it did make me kind of reevaluate what I was doing. I was like, holy shit, really, man? Sick. I'm
wow,
glad. Sorry I was an asshole at the time. And he's like, no, 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 no. I deserved it. And I was like, this is such a weird. I've never expected to have this conversation with anyone, but him being like, yeah, I was being racist and I was being a piece of shit. I was like, wow, this is really weirdly wholesome
yeah, like
in a way. Like,
good on him for like owning up to that and like apologizing. Like that takes courage, especially if you're like one of those people who are like dead set in your ways, I guess. So
yeah.
yeah, it's a huge step. So I appreciate him for reaching out and apologizing. That's really awesome. I actually
Yeah, I
I
applauded that guy. I was like, that is one of the most admirable things I've ever seen someone do. Like, when it's hard to, when you're wrong, come forward and be like, I was wrong.
mm,
I need to adjust this. And I mean, like, I've had to do that myself sometimes where it's like, I'll be adamant about something and then later on I'm like, no, I was wrong on this. And then, like,
no, I get it.
apologizing to people is hard and fixing yourself and your toxicity is difficult.
No, I get it, man. I did it this year, like around like a few months ago, because like I got into like a really bitter era and started lashing out at my friends and family. But For me, I do apologize first. Cause I don't know it. So for me, I don't find it hard to apologize. It's more like it's more like if it does if as long as I'm actually putting in the work to change, that's all that matters, really.
Hmm. Well, an
And yeah,
apology means nothing without the work backing it up
exactly, yeah.
too.
Because
So,
in the past, it was just words, but now I think I've definitely changed a lot. So I'm
hmm.
definitely not that person who I was all those months ago. You know, so change is good. Marcus, my next question to you is are there any games, anime, or even just audiobooks in general that you really want to do at some point? This is like a manifestation round, by the way.
The list is long. Um, as for video, I'm just gonna pick one from each topic.
Fair enough.
As for video game, Fire Emblem, man.
Mm,
If I could be in a Fire Emblem game, oof, oh, that would be sick. It's my favorite game series. I have one of my tattoos as a Fire Emblem tattoo.
hell yeah.
Uh, I love Fire Emblem. As far as anime, if they ever made an anime adaptation of the manga 20th Century Boys,
Ooh,
whoo, even just the chance to audition would be sick. I don't even have to land the role, but to know I had the opportunity to try,
mm,
sick.
hell yeah.
I 20th Century Boys is the manga that dethroned Kaiju number 8 as my top manga.
Ooh,
It is so good.
is it
So I mean,
is it a recent manga, or is it fairly
no.
oldish?
No. It is by the same mangaka that did Monster and Pluto.
Oh, okay.
It is so good. It's so wildly good. Audiobooks, there's that's hard to say because a lot of the audiobooks that a lot of the books that I love have already been done.
True.
But if I had to pick, I think it would be really sick if there was either some new like fantasy space opera,
Hmm.
like sci-fi fantasy space opera that is just well written, has really cool characters, like great technology, a cool magic system. I'm always a sucker for a cool magic system in a book.
Hell yeah.
Something like that would be just amazing.
Hell yeah. So you're asking for like Phantom of the Space Opera. Hell yeah.
Well, like that's why I love Destiny and Destiny 2.
Mm.
Good space opera with like fantasy elements and sick sci-fi. Hell yeah. That shit
All
is so up
right.
my alley.
Hell yeah. I gotta ask, because you mentioned Fire Emblem. You've played Three Houses, right?
Oh yeah.
What house did
I've
you pick?
I've played all of them.
Oh, okay. But when you first
uh
played, which one
my
did you lead into?
my first pick was Blue Lions.
Hell yes. That's Dimitri's one, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what I also picked. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done the other two. I should probably do that. I need to do that. But hell yeah.
I've played through all 3 routes. Well, technically all 4 because Edelgard has like a split that she can do
Mm.
where her route differentiates. But I've played through all of them multiple times because I played them on regular and then I played them again on hard.
That's fair.
So
Hell
I
yeah.
love Fire Emblem, man.
I remember have you played Smash Bros?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Oh yeah.
I gotta ask, as someone who loves Fire Emblem yourself, when you saw Byleth being added to Smash, you know, I know everyone else
I was
had,
hype.
yeah, see, I imagine you would be hype. Everyone else fucking hated it.
I I was hype. And then what made it better about everyone hating it is that Byleth was fucking cool. Like
Yeah,
they made Byleth fucking cool in Smash Bros. And I'm like, that's what you get. Suck it. You can't keep us down.
hell yeah. There's like so many Fire Emblem ribs. And I swear to God, Smash is like the only reason I know about Fire Emblem. I swear to God, because when I played like before playing Smash 4,
Mhm.
I played a little bit of Brawl, but I knew of Fire Emblem Awakening, and that was technically my first Fire Emblem game I played, and that was a lot of fun, man.
I'm literally replaying through Awakening right now.
Oh,
Like
nice. How far are
I
you up? How far are you into it?
I'm right now I'm on chapter 12.
Okay, yeah.
I'm playing a hard classic campaign again. Uh so the old Fire Emblem games, they used to all be permadeath.
Yes.
there was no casual quote unquote mode where it's like if someone dies, they come back at the end of the battle. All the old like Game Boy and GBA Fire Emblem games, nope.
It's like a
Sorry.
that's like a Nuzlocke, and they die they die for real.
And there's no like rewinds or anything like that. Like you
Mm,
can't go back a couple of turns. It was just like, oh, this character died. Fuck. Guess I'm starting the whole battle over again.
yeah.
Cool.
I remember seeing like the reveal trailer for Byleth, and I always watch like people's reactions to the trailers. That's just a
Mhm.
guilty pleasure of mine. I think my favorite one is someone who saw like the sword that Byleth had and said it was, oh my god, is that Kylo Ren? Jesus
What?
Christ. It's like Jesus Christ.
I've always I know it'll never happen. I know it'll never happen. But I wanted Hector for Smash Brothers so bad. Just
Ooh.
big old boy with a huge ass axe. Oh my god, I wanted it so bad.
Hell yeah. Is he like your top requested character from Smash?
For Smash, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. And I've been saying that for a while. And everyone's like, "Oh, but there's too many Fire Emblem characters, Marcus. There's too many sword reps." Like, I don't care that there's too many Fire Emblem people and Hector doesn't use a sword, so go fuck yourself. He'd
Exactly.
be
We got
great.
has some variety, you know. Like
Yeah.
like like Karin and Byleth, like they got some variety, you know.
Well, and then Byleth too, like everyone saw the sword at first and everyone's like, "Ah, fuck." But then you also get the bow and the spear and it's like, "Okay, hold on. They might be doing something here."
Hell
And yeah,
yeah.
Byleth is cool.
I don't even know what my dream character in Smash is because I feel like I've kind of got them now because for me it was Ryu from Street Fighter and
Mhm.
we got him in Smash 4. It's like, oh okay, this is cool. Then we got Kazuya and Terry later on, which is pretty awesome as well. I'm a huge fighting game person, so like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm happy to see them in there. But if we can get a Mortal Kombat versus or if Scorpion gets in Smash, I'll be so happy, man.
That would be sick. If I
But
if I had to pick two like top, I always wanted a Belmont from Castlevania, and then we
mm,
got that. Because I even thought I was like, he has so many fucking like little gadgets and attacks and stuff like that. He'd be a sick Smash rep. Then we got it. Otherwise, I'd want Hector. We're never gonna get it. And then unfortunately, the other character I want that we're never gonna get because they're an assist trophy is Beautiful Joe.
oh, I love Beautiful Joe.
I
Yo,
feel like Beautiful Joe as a playable Smash rep would be so fun.
man, I haven't played Beautiful Joe in a while. Hell yeah, it's been a bit. I last time I played it was like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or something. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, fuck, I miss Beautiful Joe. We gotta get him in there. You know.
Or my outlandish one is any Baten Kato's character, but I know that'll
Ooh.
never happen.
Who knows? Who knows? Like
True, yeah.
we almost got apparently we almost got the choir kids to be in Smash, you know. So like you never know. But I don't know. Like when I saw like the Smash DLC coming up, I thought for sure we were gonna get Crash Bandicoot in there because they had to have a PlayStation rep at some point, right?
We all thought it. We
Yeah,
all thought, because I remember for a while they were like, yeah, it's either going to be Crash Bandicoot or Kratos. And I was like, I don't think they'll do Kratos.
that's
I
my
think
dream.
they could do.
I would love Kratos to be in the
That
game
would be
personally.
sick. That would be sick.
The reveal trailer alone would be amazing.
Oh, man. Boy, get over here. We have another fight or something like that. Some shit like that. And I was like, a new challenger. I'd lose my shit. I'd lose
Hell
my
yeah,
mind,
and they
man.
can have like the old Kratos and like the new and like the like by old Kratos I mean like the OG Kratos like
Yeah,
skin
yeah.
and then the new Kratos skin which is actually the old Kratos
Big
skin.
old bearded Kratos. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so cool. But yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't Crash. I'm glad we got Sora because like people have been asking for Sora for like ages, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like but like when we got Sephiroth, I was like, oh okay, that I was like, oh okay, we're not getting Sora then. But then fuck, we got
Then
Sora.
we did. Yeah.
Because like I was doing like okay, they're gonna have a one rep from each company that's like a third
Mm-hmm.
party. I was like, it's like a couple from Nintendo, maybe one from Bandai Namco, Square Enix. So like when we saw Sephiroth, I was like, okay, I love Sephiroth, but we're not getting Sora. Then we got Sora, man. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, come on.
If these madmen, speaking of Bandai Namco, if these madmen ever put a Gundam rep in there, whew, whew, I'd change
Damn.
my main. I don't even care how they play. I'd change.
Wait, who is your main in Smash?
Okay. I don't know how to explain this to people because I can't tell you why this is my main. I am a fucking nasty Wii Fit trainer.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I've even tried like switching mains when new characters come out, and every time I do, I'm like, yeah, this character's cool, but man, they're not Wii Fit. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about her.
Wii Fit's got a lot of optimal shit. Like they've got some crazy unexpected spikes, you know?
I don't know what it is about the volleyball. I am a sniper with that volleyball.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know what it is.
That is satisfying, man.
And then a lot of people don't know this. You can cancel that input so she like goes up to spike the volleyball. You can cancel it so she doesn't spike it and the volleyball just drops, but then you can hit it again and it will go off. So
Also,
constantly I like fake out, drop, and then just like kick it and it flies up at him anyway. Sick.
You want some secret tech? If you do the spike, you know, for the volleyball, off stage, and like your opponent's underneath you when you do it, that's also a spike. The whole hitbox
spike down.
It spikes down. Like that's a whole ass fucking hitbox.
I love Wii Fit, man. I don't know what it is about her, but every time I'm like, man, she fucking wrecks.
Hell yeah. I'm a Terry main because he's a lot of fun. I love Terry, but
as soon as you said that, I was like, I kind of have a feeling that you would be either Terry or Ryu.
Hell yeah. But I do play the other fighting game guys as well. But I think Terry's the one I played the most. But before the fighting before the fighting game guys came into Smash, I was purely Little Mac and Kirby. I like those guys.
I love Lil Mac.
Yeah.
I get my ass beat as Lil Mac, but I'm gonna have fun doing it.
Like don't get me wrong, Lil Mac sucks, but he's so much fun, man.
It's so fun.
Like I'm not going off stage. Like I'm just staying on the ground the entire time. Like have fun with the offstage plays. I'm just staying firmly on the ground, blocking, dodging, all that shit.
Me and some friends went to a Smash Bros tournament, and they had just like kind of as a joke sign up 3v3 instead of like ones or twos, and we signed up for it. And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna pick Lil Mac for this." And it just happened to work out in a weird way where they killed my buddy Kurt and they killed my buddy Dustin. And they were both like waiting to respawn. I ran over, punched one guy off stage, ran over, punched the other guy off stage. One guy was slightly a platform above me. My KO meter came up right then. I just like stuck up under, was like, bing, 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 bow, knocked him off. And I was like, I'm done. I'm retiring on top. I'm never going to do anything that cool where I just get like 3 stocks that quick. I'm out. Tournament's done, guys. Bye. Sorry.
That is so sick. That's 3 at once. That's incredible, man. But yeah, Lil Mac is so fast, man. Like he is like what he lacks in jumps, he has in speed and power, man. Like for real. Like and in Smash Ultimate, they gave him more armor for some reason. That makes me so happy.
They're like, really Lil Mac can't jump. How do we make up for this? More armor, I think. That'll do it. Like,
yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Like more armor plus, the KO punches, and you can actually you can do it in the air now.
Yeah.
You can use it as a way to recover as well. Like, like oh man, like they're gonna do everything they can, and I'll give Lil Mac a good jump.
He can't have it. Sorry, he'll be too powerful.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Like, but like I feel like the jump is a slightly better than what it was in Smash 4, just by a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
But come on, just give him like a normal jump, and he's top tier. You can get rid of the armor, get rid of the armor and everything if you want, but just give him a normal jump, I beg, please. But yeah, but Marcus, my last question to you, man, is as someone who's been doing voiceover for a while, what's some pieces of advice that you want to give to people who are starting out on their voiceover journey or are currently in their journey at the moment?
Piece of advice I always give people, and I tell them this not to be derogatory in any way, but just as a way to set expectations. And that is get used to rejection. Be comfortable with it. Be okay with it. But also recognize that rejection is not a critique of your skills. So if I audition for something and I don't get it, that doesn't mean I'm a bad actor. It just means that someone else may have fit that character or that commercial or that book better than I did. That doesn't discount from my skills or discredit my abilities whatsoever. So you got to be comfortable with that rejection because unfortunately this job is mostly rejection. You're not booking everything you're going to audition for, and learn to have fun with your auditions.
Hell yeah.
If you're having a good time with your auditions, you're killing it.
For real,
You're
man.
absolutely killing it.
Like, auditioning is the job, and when you get those sides, like, even getting those sides is amazing, man. And if you and,
Oh
like
yeah.
and for, like, that moment, you're the character and, like, go nuts, dude. Like,
Mm-hmm.
goddamn, that's how I see it. But, like, when I started out, I didn't see it like that for a while. I've only started to see it like that since, like, maybe, like, year or 2 ago. So, don't like, if it helps you to figure it out earlier, by all means, it does help a lot.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I totally agree. Like, you have fun auditioning because, like, auditioning is the job. So, like, you're gonna be doing it a lot more than you book.
And they can hear that in your audition. They can hear, oh, this dude's having fun with it. Okay, cool. Like, it'll come through and it'll enhance your performance as well. As opposed to if it's something that you don't want to do or you don't like or you're in your head, they can hear that.
Hell
If
yeah,
you're having fun with it and just giving it your best, that's the best you can do. And that's 99 times out of 100 going to be what books you a role.
hell yeah. And on that note, this interview comes to a close. Marcus, thank you so much for coming on. You've been an amazing guest.
Thank
Um,
you for having me.
no worries, man. And yeah, are there any Marcus? Where can people find you on social media and stuff?
So social media, my website is marcusrvoice.com. And then on most social media, I'm at MarcusRVO. I'm more active on Twitter and Instagram than I am Facebook, though. So don't worry about Facebook.
I'd rather Facebook than Twitter, to be honest. But yeah,
Man,
at this point, I'll take the fucking cringe like Karen mom minion posts over literally anything else.
over the outright racism. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's that too on Facebook,
We have nowhere safe.
well, they always say there's gonna be one app where we're gonna be safe, but in reality, no,
No, it's
absolutely
not
not.
happening.
We've been
Yeah.
trying for like what, like over 20 years. I don't know,
Not in
man.
my lifetime, at least.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you again for coming on. You've been an absolute pleasure. Um, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye.